Steve Varner. I'm here in the studio representing the Regional Educational Collaborative of Northern Franklin County. We are trying to just promote area schools and get positive word about some stuff. We were on over Christmas break. We had the Mount Abram boys soccer team here who had their spectacular undefeated season, and a lot of those same boys are now working their way through the basketball finals, so we'll see how that turns out. This morning we're going to be talking with some teachers and students from Stratton School, which is one of the schools where Carrabassett sends its pre-K through 8 students. And we have here Reagan Beauregard and Ann Flight, 2 teachers from Stratton. And we've got a couple of students here with them as well, and a couple more on the way. And I'm going to let them introduce themselves, but we're going to be talking about a coat of arms project that they did up there at the school, and we just wanted to share some good news and good projects and successes that we're having. So welcome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Steve. Thanks for having us this morning. Yeah. So we just want to talk quickly a little bit about Stratton School, but also what we've been doing there. So we've been working on this collaborative project. It's been a coat of arms project, and it's involved the art program, the French program, which Reagan's going to talk about, and ELA, and so writing with all grades. So we've been doing this with the pre-K through the 8th graders. And each student has designed and created their own coat of arms. So we started with talking about the history of the coat of arms, where it originated from, and in art class we talk a lot about symbolism, the use of color, use of design, and individual design choices. So we've got a couple students here. We've got Ridge and Harley, and to show you their coat of arms and to talk a little bit more about the project. So Harley, do you want to talk at all about the history?
So the history behind coat of arms is it goes back to knights and their shields. They used it to identify themselves, like during war, and then like the symbols and the values are passed down generations. And,
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So it came from medieval Europe. It actually started back in the day with the Greeks and the Romans, where a lot of things originated from, but then it became really popular in medieval Europe. Knights would go into battle, and to identify themselves on the battlefield, they would decorate their arms, which was their shield, their armor, and their sword. And those are really individual. So each knight kind of had their own, and then from there it spread, was passed down from family to family, and now even if we take it to the present day, corporations have started using coat of arms. It's kind of the history of the modern day logo. Universities have them, and a lot of towns have them. So the United States even has like a coat of arms emblem. These are all examples of artwork that are hanging up at school right now.
Yeah, they look great.
Yeah.
Now Sugarloaf needs a coat of arms, I think. We probably need to get on that.
And later on, a couple of centuries later, mottos were added. So when you look up your family coat of arms, some of us have mottos that accompany them. And so with our project, when we created our very own coat of arms, the motto, we decided to make our 3 guiding principles.
Okay, the schools, yeah.
And it was a really creative way to teach history, art, French. Of course, the mottos were translated into French. ELA as well, because the kids did a writing piece on their coat of arms.
Right.
And just huge amounts of discussions around universal values. And it really connected our student body because it was a project pre-K to 8. So we're all working on these, all talking about the knights and their shields being passed down, so it really connected the student body, but it also made a wonderful and inspiring connection between school and home, because for homework, kids were to take a list of nearly 200 different universal values to discuss at home and try to decide what are my 3 most precious guiding principles. And through a lot of discussion with mom and dad or grandparents, they were able to break it down to 3 that they wanted to choose for their coat of arms.
So how did it work with siblings, where you've got multiple kids from the same families?
It's funny, I think that some of the siblings. I know the Pepins, there was some definite repetition with theirs. There was consistency
Yeah.
in theirs. I don't know about the Wyman girls. We've got the 4 amazing Wyman girls. I don't know that there was as much. I think you guys were all fairly different from one another, if I remember. But there were a lot of repetitive themes around kindness, respect, honesty, hard work. A lot of us chose athleticism, peace, freedom. So it was really neat to walk the halls and look at all of these amazing values that everyone in the world can agree upon,
Yeah, that's great.
universal. So
Harley, are you hiding something there, or is it you wanted to share that, or you're not sure?
Just so this is my coat of arms.
Nice.
With the colors and everything, they all have meanings, and everything is like it represents something. So I have all the sports I play. So I have soccer, basketball, and softball, and then I put Sugarloaf because I love to ski. Yeah.
Right.
And then for the colors, I have purple, which means loyalty, and then one of my values, fidélité, also means loyalty. And then I put pink in the middle because my favorite color is pink.
Fair enough.
And then I put a dog paw by loyalty because it stands for loyalty, it represents loyalty. And then travailleur stands for hard work, and I put a hammer and a pencil because I think that would represent hard work or working. And then famille, and then I drew little stick people to represent my family up on top of the word. And then my last name.
All right. How about you, Rich?
I have
Yeah, hold it up so that people can see it. Yeah, there you go.
I have these are just what I wrote for mine because the colors represent a few animals that I am like.
You gotta turn it a little bit. So
I have a
There you
dog,
go.
so I can because I love my dog. I have my flames because they represent something. Enthusiasm.
all right.
And
All right, well, we've got a couple other students to bring in here. We'll swap them out, and we'll be back after a quick break, and Greg will be joining us as well.